Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to We're Tired. We're Tired edition of This Is Our Life. There's no snow right now. Last night there was a slight dusting, and only in places where it would stick, like on top of the car, on top of the dumpster. The road was too warm. The asphalt absorbs heat. It's real easy to beat up on Republicans today. Too easy. But don't worry, Republicans. Obama will continue with the same policies as Romney would have instituted. And for those of you who claim to be for peace, all these new wars and the NDAA and CISPA. You can keep blaming Bush, but Obama could end the wars. The president is commander-in-chief. He could just call all troops home right away. He hasn't done that, and no, the war in Iraq is not over with. There are still U.S. troops killing people and U.S. troops being killed. And let's see, there are thousands of U.S. soldiers still there. There are thousands of diplomats in Iraq. The surge troops in Afghanistan are being sent back to Iraq, where they started from. There are new military bases, not fewer, but even more. The war with Iran will happen any day now. Iran is incapable of attacking the United States. It's a third world country. These other third world countries like Libya, Iraq, Afghanistan, maybe not, let's not count Afghanistan, because I don't know if Afghanistan's ever really had much to it, but the other countries are worse now than before the U.S. invaded. Obama started wars, hasn't ended any. The drone attacks, including killing American citizens on the word of one man, who have not been found guilty of anything, who have no charges pending, no matter where they are in the United States or elsewhere. I'm surprised people are so dim-witted, but don't worry, Republicans. Obama will continue with the same policies Romney would have instituted, so you're fine. You're okay. Now, they said on the news yesterday that it would have 3 to 6 inches, and now they're saying a coating to 2 inches? To 2 inches, so...
Well, we don't need a lot of snow anyway.
No, we don't.
It's early in the year. Leave it alone.
Yeah.
We may get 10 feet next month.
So, look at my beautiful, wonderful hair.
I told you not to be playing with the electric socket.
It's not time to get the sled out yet, and haven't really used the sled since I lived in Europe.
Well, we gotta find a horse to pull it first.
Yeah.
They don't like that.
No, Lucky might try to pull it, but...
Yeah. It might pull him, too.
Yeah, he doesn't mind the cold, but he doesn't like the snow. Anyway,
he just rolled over in his sleep. He said his name, and he looked up and...
I would like either for me to take the class or for both of us to take the class, either the EMT basic class or, and I don't have it up on another window, the Red Cross offers a class that's more than just first aid. It's like 151 hours or something like that. And I'd like to take either that class or the EMT basic class. But finding a place that's it's close, it's a reasonable distance. There is a place, was it Manchester?
Manchester.
There's a place in Manchester. It's only 2 days a week, 2 nights a week actually. But that's still driving all the way to Manch, and that's not going to happen. Not
with you.
Yeah, not 2 days a week.
Well, you don't drive in Manchester anyway.
Yeah, I probably would have an accident in Manchester. It's okay to drive in the country, it's another thing driving in the city. At least I'm doing pretty good in Keene, so that's a start. But anyway, so, see, we got this book today. And, we got this book. I haven't even looked at this one yet. But, yeah, I'd like to take the... Now, see, if I take a EMT class, or even a first aid class, and I have to do the lifting of people, I don't know about that. I have a bad back. But, you know, I'd be willing to suffer through it for the class. Because you never know what's going to happen in life, and I might need to lift somebody someday. But, you know, and I could volunteer with the fire department here in our town. But I have to find a place that is not on the other side of the state. And I don't know about how I would even pay for the class. So,
that wouldn't be cheap.
No, it's like $100-something. So, 110, 150, something like that. I don't remember. I don't know. I guess. See, we have 1, 2 shells, 3, 2. I guess only 2 shelves of like medical text. Because my mother was an RN, and so we have a few of her books, but she went to nursing school in like the late 50s, early 60s. So
but still,
it's better than
part
nothing.
Of it's still valid.
Yeah, I mean the body is still the body, you know. Anatomy is anatomy. And I worked in hospice, or I was a hospice volunteer for a while. Volunteer of the month and hundreds of hours of volunteer time and different awards that I received doing that. I'd also like to take the pet first aid class that the Red Cross offers. And I don't know, I would like to take a class where you actually have to do airway, you know, learn how to open the airway. We have this, and I added some stuff to it. And we have my mother's black bag, but the stuff in there is kind of hit and miss.
And old.
Yeah. And then this was in it to like test, and I think you can unscrew this, and there are others. Yeah, see, it has different stuff, like that's a little brush to test for like if you can feel it. So there's a stethoscope. Well, you know, having the stethoscope, that's good because that's one less thing that has to be bought. Yep, see, that one's to test. So this is a good thing to have. Like, can you feel this kind of thing?
The reflex hammer.
Yeah.
Yes.
And well, there's a blood pressure cuff, but I don't know, I said maybe 2 of them. Yeah, there are 2 of them. One's a manual one. That one's still good. We can still use this one. But, well, hopefully it's still good. I have to test the gauge, see if the gauge will work. But this one right here, it's cracked. I don't even know why she had this. The screen is cracked. Won't even turn on, and we put batteries in it. I better take the batteries out so they don't.
It's gone.
Yeah, because these batteries we can use. So this one I guess we're going to have to throw away. It's cold, but it's not like, what is it, 34 degrees right now, so it's not like killer cold, but, well, I guess you could die out there. But I put a cap on, and then I put this over.
You need to find your wool hat that I made you last year.
Yeah. When I was in college, I took first aid, health, and safety. It was worth 3 credits. It was a PE class worth 3 credits. I didn't understand that I had, see, I was only required 2 PE credits. I didn't understand that those PE credits had to be activities credits. So I thought I was getting an extra credit, basically, by taking that class. And, no, I wasn't, because it didn't count toward my PE credits. So it was basically not extracurricular.
Extra credit.
Yeah, I just got some extra credits. It didn't really, well, it would have counted towards something.
Explained it better, I think.
Yeah.
Probably was.
And actually, you know what? There's a SAC up in this area. It just doesn't stand for San Antonio College. It's like St. Albans College or something.
Yeah, I think it is St. Albans.
Yeah. So that's interesting. I don't know if they refer to it as SAC, but it did say SAC. But yeah, I would like to do that. Maybe I could get a job somehow, somewhere by doing that. Maybe I could do a medical assisting thing and work in a doctor's office. The problem is my hearing in my back, or my lack of hearing.
I think you might be able to learn how to draw blood.
Yeah, and that would be a good skill. And being able to insert IVs would be a good skill.
Because you could work in the laboratory.
Yeah.
I don't think a hospital could discriminate against you because of your hearing.
Yeah. No, I don't think they would.
I don't think they'd be allowed to, because it would be called reasonable accommodation.
Yeah. And then, you know, if I got a job, eventually I could afford a hearing aid. I saw a little girl in the store the other day with was it blue? She had a blue hearing aid.
Or you might be able to get help getting a hearing aid too.
Yeah.
With insurance.
Yeah. I would prefer, I used to have a hearing aid. I've had 2 in my life. And yes, they make a difference. They can make a big difference. But, you know, and up here it's different than where that place I lived for 40 years. Down there it's hot and I sweated, and you know, I had put the hearing aid on and it would get moisture in it, but there are little things you can put over, little like rubber caps you can put over the little covers, rubber covers you can put over the hearing aid. I never did that, but I probably should have. But I remember when I got my second hearing aid, I was walking down the street, because see, I can only hear out of this ear, and even that is, you know, but I was walking down the street, and the street was here, I was on the sidewalk, there was some bushes over here, there was a privacy fence, and I heard birds chirping. I had never heard those birds before, but I had my hearing aid on. Without the hearing aid, I mean, when I didn't have the hearing aid, I couldn't hear them. So that
you
was...
knew they were there, but you couldn't hear them.
Well, no, I knew they were there.
I mean, you would see them.
No, I couldn't see them.
Well, I mean, if they flew in front of you around or something.
Yeah. So,
see them, but...
you know, I can tell, you know, I mean, when I have a hearing aid, it does help. And up here, especially in winter, I wouldn't have to be so concerned about the humidity. Everything just not dries up, but freezes up. I don't know if that would damage a hearing aid or not, though. But
I don't think it would, but
Mm.
just dry air is what we have up here.
Yeah. My first hearing aid, I was a teenager, and it looked sort of like the new ones, but it had a wire going behind my head. You know, I like to have my hair a little long to cover the wire, but I would go to comb my hair and catch the wire in the
Ouch.
comb. Yeah. And so, and then I was at Houston International Hospital adolescent unit, and the charge nurse, "Oh, you poor thing." Oh, that ticked me off so much. I just didn't want to wear it after that. There's none of this "oh, poor thing" stuff. I mean, it helps me, but there's no "oh, you poor thing." Where I grew up, overseas on Okinawa, you know, it's an island. You go swimming when you live on an island. And so I got a lot of ear infections. You know, the humidity was probably very high. So, you know, that, and then I got chicken pox while I had an ear infection.
Oh, God.
And that's what damaged the nerves in my ears. So, anyway, so yeah, I'd like to take an EMT class. Or, it doesn't have to be an EMT class. It can be that, like, advanced, that first responder class. But I have to find one in our area. I'm not driving to Manch.
Oh, come on now. I thought you were braver than that.
Am I willing to drive into Mass? I would prefer not to.
Well, if you drive a tank, maybe.
Yeah. I'd be willing to go to Vermont, or what's actually called New Carey, because it's no longer New Hampshire, it's now New Carey here. And Vermont, what used to be known as Vermont, is the New Carey Tracts. Because before it was called Vermont, it was called the New Hampshire Tracts. Now it's the New Carey Tracts. But anyway, I need to wake up.
You're awake. You just